What is up, guys? Welcome back. If you thought the tension stopped with the umbrella adjustment in Chapter 1, you were dead wrong. We are diving into Folding the Moon, Chapter 2, where our heroine, Yun Li, is back in the car with the ultimate cold male lead. Yun Li gets in the car and faces a massive dilemma. Front seat or back? She chooses the front, trying not to treat this staff member like a chauffeur. I'm sorry for troubling you to come pick me up. That's it. Just an The poor girl is racking her brain. The contrast between the overly enthusiastic scammer Fu Jingchu and this excessively cold ML is wild. But Yun Li can't help it. She steals glances. She sees his strong jawline, damp bangs, and she realizes, purely in terms of looks, the man was her type. He is cold, detached, frail, yet exudes a hint of ruthlessness. He's not a prince, guys. He's a wounded wolf picked up from the roadside. They arrive at the hotel. As he walks away in the rain, Yun Li acts on pure impulse. Excuse me. She holds out the umbrella. You can leave it at the front desk. She leaves the umbrella on his car hood like a lightning-fast gesture of goodwill. She just can't stand to see the wounded wolf get soaked. Later that night, the stress boils over into a terrifying dream. The ML takes her to a desolate area, reveals he's a criminal leader, and then the ultimate betrayal. The man stabs her through the heart with the very umbrella she had lent him. Chills, guys, chills. Yun Li wakes up feeling completely rattled. It's Qi Festival, Chinese Valentine's Day. She meets her contact, He Jiaoling, and 2 other content creators. Yun Li is just trying to survive the awkward small talk, but her phone is dying. She heads to the break room with He Jiaoming, who is absolutely gushing about the EAW boss. My boss is super handsome, super rich, and super gentle. Is it the person who picked me up yesterday? No, my boss called me and gently reprimanded me. A gentle reprimand indeed. Poor Yun Li's chauffeur was apparently not the super gentle, handsome boss. Yun Li needs to get her umbrella back. That murder weapon from her dream is freaking her out. She goes to pack up her phone and then she hears it. A noise from the sofa area. Someone is lying there, and she recognizes him immediately. It's the man who picked her up, the wounded wolf. She realizes he might have heard her friend's crazy voice message earlier. Her mind goes blank, and then he opens his eyes. He sits up, completely calm, and places the umbrella on the table. Your umbrella? Thank you. Yun Li is mortified. She tries to run. I'll head up now. But the ML speaks again. His voice is soft, casual, yet utterly chilling. This is a folding umbrella. It can't be used to kill someone. Yun Li freezes. He heard everything. He knows about her dream. A straight-handled one might be possible. Boom! Not only did he hear her, but he also fact-checked her murder weapon. This is the most brilliant, most terrifying, and most romantic clapback in manhwa history. He just went from cold to utterly captivating. The wounded wolf has teeth. Smash that like button if you are obsessed with this ML. What do you think he meant by that last line? Let me know your theories in the comments. And she is terrified. I could only hear threat and coldness. The intimidation was akin to, my knife isn't sharp enough. No worries, though. I still have a gun. But before she can spiral, he just adjusts the AC back to 30 degrees. He's cold, guys. Literally. Yun Li tries to save face, blurting out the worst possible question. So, for straight-handled ones, what kind should I buy to kill? Oh, Yun Li, no! She tries to fix it. What kind should I avoid buying? You lack the strength. It doesn't matter what you buy. He judged her physical strength. The man just told her she's too weak to be a murderer. This entire interaction is pure, unhinged genius. Yun Li is so mortified she feels like catching the next flight out of Nanwu. Now we get the backstory. Yun Li is actually running away from home. Her controlling father, Yun Young Chung, forbids her from studying graduate school in Nanwu. Her secret acceptance was the catalyst for a massive fight. Yunli chose her studies and her sanity over her father's control, accepting the EAW invite to stay in Nanwu. Go, Yunli! Yunli, how childish are you? Running away after an argument? Yunli, how childish are you? Running away from an argument? Who would know if you don't tell? I'm not going back. She made her choice. Now, back at EAW, she finally meets the real boss. Boss, who did you send to pick her up yesterday? Yunli follows her gaze to a handsome man in a light shirt, Shu Qing-sung. He's refined, gentle, and the complete opposite of the wounded wolf. Nice to meet you. I'm Shu Qing-sung. I apologize for any inconvenience yesterday. So the handsome, gentle, rich young master wasn't the driver. It was just a staff member who was too weak to kill someone with a folding umbrella. It's filming day. The place is packed and dazzling. Yunli is trying to avoid the intense, cold driver she insulted, so she heads for a thrilling project, extreme bungee jumping. She sets up her camera, but there's no guide. And then the worst thing happens. What's wrong? Both men walk over, Shu Qing-sung shrugs and delivers the bomb. Time to work. To the driver. We're short-staffed. He works here. The cold, terrifying umbrella homicide expert is now her safety guide. The man, looking tired but methodical, walks over in his simple t-shirt and pants. He's not even in uniform. Step into the black loops with your feet. They are so close now. Yunli is nervous, but she follows his instructions. He pulls the harness up, fitting it to her body, and then starts methodically checking everything. The two are locked in this moment of intense proximity and focus. And then Shu Qing-sung's final cryptic comment. Not bad, handling it like a pro on the first try. A pro at what, Shu Qing-sung? Attaching the harness or checking the safety? Who is this man really, and why is the rich boss making him do manual labor? Yunli is strapped into the extreme bungee jump, and she asks the ML if he's trained. His answer? No. The man who just told her she was too weak to kill someone with an umbrella is now her untrained safety guide. Yunli asks the only rational question. So, if the safety rope isn't tied properly, could I be flung out? The man. I'm not sure. He's not sure. And then he leans in and drops the demon's whisper. Do you want to try? Thankfully, Shu Qing-sung pops back in, telling the ML to stop scaring the customers. The man finally offers one human sentence. Don't worry, everything has been checked. If you're scared later, just hold on to this. Yunli survives the jump. She feels great. In the virtual world, her courage is infinite. But when she takes off the VR headset, she has a question. Does this game not have any sound? The man checks the device. The right ear canal is broken. But wait, Yunli is standing there completely still. Why? This perfectly coincides with her congenital defect. Her left ear is congenitally deaf. The only ear the sound could have gone into is the one that can't hear. Yunli. Is that so? Maybe I was too nervous. She lies. She doesn't want to publicize her defect. But the question is, did he notice? The man just moves on, resuming his nothing concerns me attitude. Fast forward to dinner. Shu Qing-sung is treating everyone. Yunli is already dreading this group event, and then her worst fears come true. The two empty seats right next to her. Shu Qing-sung. Would you mind changing seats? He's had a cold. Let him sit on the inside. The cold excuse means the cold male lead is now sitting right next to Yunli. She's uncomfortable. She's drinking water, and she notices he's barely eating, just some porridge. But then the mask comes off. Up close, Yunli sees his flawless features, his mixed-race appearance, and she thinks he looks familiar. Where has she seen him before? The dinner ends, and they decide on a game, Whisper Down the Lane. But the rules are lethal for Yunli. They're passing counterclockwise. The message goes from the ML to her left ear. She has to lean her deaf ear into the most intimidating man she has ever met. Yunli, never mind. It's nothing. She can't ask to use her right ear without revealing her secret. It's the ML's turn. He leans in, he whispers, she strains, hears nothing. She reluctantly leans in. They freeze. He looks at her. The man, come closer. The table immediately starts teasing them, but the ML is oblivious. He looks her right in the eyes, then shifts his gaze to her right ear. The man, knowing, soft, but absolute. Lean in closer. He knows! Did he notice her deafness at the VR machine? Or is he just being the most intuitive, terrifyingly observant ML in manhwa history? This is an all-time power move. Smash that like button if you think he knows her secret. What is his real job at EAW? Subscribe for the next chapter and let us know your theories. Yunli survived the whisper game. The ML noticed her hesitation and shifted his gaze to her right ear, a clear sign he knows her secret. He whispers his message. But it's a Buddhist sutra. When Bodhisattva Avalokitesvara practices the profound prajna paramita, he illuminates the 5 skandhas and sees they are all empty. Yunli is shocked. What on earth was this? Was it a Buddhist sutra? He tried to be helpful, but Yunli didn't understand a word. The result? He Jiameng guessed the answer was Guanyin Bodhisattva wants to eat jackfruit. The entire room loses it. Yunli decides to address the elephant in the room. She asks the ML if he knew about her left ear. His response? You didn't finish your sentence. Then flatly. Rules. No third person should overhear. He avoids the truth. Classic ML move. Later, at the KTV, the man is nowhere to be seen. He Jiameng brings up the subject. That handsome guy was too close when whispering to you earlier. But he's a friend of the boss and has been helping out. But he's quite gloomy and a bit scary. Yunli is already defending him. She feels weirdly disappointed that he might be a connection hire who won't work hard. This emotion, like a coin meant for a wishing mill falling short, is a massive sign, guys. She's crushing. Yunli decides to focus on work. She checks the footage He Jiameng sent and finds a clip that isn't hers. It's a video from a drone showing the ML's face. No mask. She realizes he's the one operating the drone, but the key is how familiar he looks. She searches the internet and finds an old video she bookmarked years ago, the National College Student Robotics Competition. The ML is there, wearing a black uniform with a moon-shaped badge. He's 15, a handsome genius, intensely focused on his robot. When they win, he finally breaks into an uncontrolled smile. This was Yunli's brief admiration in her youth, her aspiration. He was the extraordinary talent she longed to be. The internet buzz described him perfectly, so the moon also exists in the mortal world. She clicks the last link, an old interview after his college entrance exam. A picture confirms it. It's the same person, but younger and filled with an air of vigor that seemed undefeatable. And the caption below the photo reads, Nanmu City's 2008 Science Stream College Entrance Exam top scorer, Fu Shize. Fu Shize, not just a cold staff member, but a super genius, child prodigy, and her childhood idol. And he's sitting across from her, telling her she's too weak to commit murder. The pieces are falling into place. Smash that like button if you were totally shocked by the reveal. Fu Shize, was he Shu Qingzong's brother? What's his connection to EAW? Subscribe for Chapter 6.